Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy,
where we give you the courtesy of conversation
that's uncommonly spoke of.
I'm D-Mac.
I'm Wesley.
And this is the show. Welcome to Uncommon Courtesy, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to catch us on our other shows, The Friday Fix at 7 p.m. Pacific Time and Clean Money. Hola, Senior Wesley. How are you on this great, fine, beautiful day?
I'm doing all right, man. How about yourself, Mac?
I'm good. Allergies are killing me, and I got bird poop on my car. But other than that, I'm living my best life.
All right. I mean, it could be that's a lot to be said for the time that we're actually living in right now. We are living in a time of, I guess, proverbial. We're back in peace now. We were in a non-war. Now we're back in peace. I don't know. You know what I mean? They said it wasn't a war, didn't they?
For the moment,
it wasn't a war, but they declared they had made a peace deal from something that wasn't a war.
The other country is trying to beef. They're like, wait, we don't want the war to end. And the U.S. is like, oh, you're kind of on your own now then, you know? So that's what we're kind of waiting for on that. But, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on here. You know, the federal government's making moves, arresting people for pointing out their destructives on the reflecting pool. And, I mean...
That was crazy, bro. Did you know? I mean, that was wild, bro. To give your buddy, your pool guy, millions of dollars to go and do something he's never probably done before in his entire life. Doesn't have any background and doesn't understand how to do it. And then who did he blame it on? I heard he blamed it on somebody. Who was it?
He blamed it on Barack Hussein Obama. And the thing is, the stuff they use to put the liner in the pool is actually supposed to be truck bed liner.
Wow. And did somebody not tell them that this is what? Then he also said it was. He said it was like sabotage. I'm gonna keep it real. When I first heard, you know, that algae had started growing in the pool, I was like, somebody hit him with the sabotage. I thought about it too. However, you know what? You guys got cameras and all kinds of stuff around there. You guys can see everything. You would have saw if somebody did something. You would have pointed it out like, this guy did this.
There was like people were going up there and cutting it up and doing all this stuff. And then they were trying to say, oh, it's from Virginia and DC because they have bad water. And that's why it's, you know, they got always look, you bought your job. They just don't admit anything.
How many millions? It was like millions of our dollars. It's tax dollars. He doesn't care about it. That's why he's painting statues with gold plated, painting them into gold plated statues, doing all kind of dumb stuff, putting renovations on a wing of the White House. I'm not even tripping about that. I really think the White House probably does need to be renovated and made to look nicer. We are a wealthy nation. Do your thing. But
he renovated
just wastes our money, bro. He wastes our money 24. Every president renovates the Oval Office. Every president does that. They all get to change the Oval Office how they want it to be. Like I said, I'm not mad at him. That's just little, to me, it's small stuff to a giant. I'm not going to jump on you. Even when people jumped on him about the whole UFC thing, I wasn't mad about that. I'm like, yeah, you know what? No, I'm not tripping about you doing that. I'm tripping about you losing millions of jobs, costing us billions of dollars, giving away billions of dollars to Iran, everything that you're doing. I'm tripping about those things. I'm not saying this is a bad thing that Iran's back into the world. We'll talk about all this stuff, though. But we know who we got at the helm right now. Effing idiot. We got an idiot at the helm. Just throw money out the window and blame everybody else for doing it. And you guys
really, and they just taking money and they want to make sure that we don't get the money. And speaking of that, ladies and gentlemen, federal government seeks to halt the first U.S. reparations payment to Black people. The federal government on Tuesday asked a judge to halt the United States' first reparations program that offers Black people in a small Illinois city $25,000 for the 20th century race-based housing discrimination, joining an existing lawsuit that called the program unconstitutional. The program, launched in Evanston, Illinois in 2021, is the first and only one of its kind in the U.S., allotting $20 million to Black residents, their direct descendants who lived in the city between 1919 and 1969 and suffered housing discrimination because of city ordinance, policies, or practices. Residents, regardless of race, who experienced discrimination due to the city's policies or practices after 1969 also qualified. The city has already distributed over $7 million, using revenue from local tax on legal marijuana sales to hundreds of people in $25,000 increments to be used for home repairs, down payments on property, and interest or late penalties on properties in the city. The U.S. Department of Justice called the program racially discriminatory in a court filing Tuesday, saying that it violated the Equal Protection Clause of the U.S. Constitution because it allotted different benefits on the basis of race. There are sounds ways for a city to remedy past discriminations or direct resources to its most vulnerable citizens and neighborhoods. Simply handing out money based on the race, however, is not the answer. Harmit Dillon, the Assistant Attorney General of the Justice Department Civil Rights Division, said in a statement. So I can storm the Capitol, I can try to overthrow the American government.
Yeah.
But when I try to right a wrong that the government did and the city did, that's the problem.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm like this, bro. I mean, didn't they just give a bunch of Jewish people money who they said that had been racially discriminated against at different schools just recently here? They just gave them, but that's reparations.
Yeah.
Then they try to give 1.7, what was it, $1.776 billion to people who stormed the Capitol. That's reparations. I mean, we can go on and on and on. There's lots of different reparations we've been getting. They gave reparations to people who owned slaves.
They gave reparations to the Japanese when they were put in internment camps.
They gave reparations to the other people over there who got, who they say 6 million of them got killed in Germany.
They gave reparations to the South Africans just for getting here.
Yeah, I mean, we can sit back and act like these things are not due. They're well overdue at this, not even at this point in time. Since the beginning of this country, it's been well overdue. Period, plain and simple. This country was not only built off the backs of Black Americans, it still thrives off the backs of Black Americans to this day. Let's just be honest. At one point in time, Black Americans were were basically over 50%, well over the majority of our net worth as a nation. Our GDP was based upon Black Americans. That's what it was. Yeah. Our stock market was founded on Black Americans. Most of the banks and institutions that help you, that they evolved into the institutions to help you get your home, started from these same Black Americans off their backs. So let's just be real here. When you look at it, like, I don't owe you anything. You owe us everything. Trust me. Everything that you have was built off of something. It was built
everything
off of
you
something.
got now. Everything you got now is built off of something.
Look at it. I mean, all the GI bills, everything that was given to y'all that wasn't given to us. Imagine going to war for your country and you come home and you ain't getting no GI bill. Imagine that. Imagine
like they want to get like, and that's the whole thing. It's like they still want to give the January 6ers that reparations, but when it comes to righting their wrongs towards the Black Americans, they're like, nah. They don't want to do it. And that's just part of this administration. They've shown that this is who they are. This is what they stand for. They took away programs. They fired 300,000 Black women out of the government workforce. They took away programs. They've done everything they can. They took away the vote and most of the South from the Black folks. You know what I'm saying? So this is right on par with them. And the whole thing is, reparations, that's not money I'm counting on. But the rest of it, you can't hold us down, bro. You done tried. We still thrive. And this is just a sad attempt by them. This is them trying to win brownie points with their peoples and stuff. You can't have this because we discriminated against you and it's race-based. But the whole thing is it's this administration is coming to a halt pretty soon. Things are not looking good for them. The only thing they can do is declare martial law and try to put troops in all the cities because it's coming for them pretty soon because their policies aren't working. They didn't work last year. They're not working now. We're all in a worse off place. He said, "Oh, Biden's terrible. Don't worry, folks. I can fix it." And all he's done is line his own pockets. But he's going to make sure that these African-American descendants can't have $7 million. And that's how everybody should expect to look at reparations when we talk about it.
That's a damn shame.
Yeah. Let us know what you think in the comments. Like, comment, share, subscribe. Don't forget to hit that follow button. Stay here with us.